I think this light goes up more. I'm gonna make one of these videos where I talk to the camera. So it's I think December 27th, maybe 2025. And I feel really weird. And I don't have like my normal systems. I've been feeling really constrained and not suffocated, but shrunken because of my family. And it's not a conversation I can have with them. It's not something I can even bring up. Because it's not anything they would really understand or be able to conceptualize. But I don't know if I want to get into it all the way. I might actually. It could help someone who sees this video. Today I went to my old workplace. It's fucking crazy. I worked there 4 years ago. 4. And stepping foot into that place. It was just like a regular retail shop called Bimart. And stepping foot into that place, I walked around and I realized how much I've grown. So much. Like, the people in there look like they're grayed out, or they're in black and white. Nobody shines, nobody's colorful, nobody's interesting. And that's not who I am. And I felt so out of place there. And even being in this town, it's a small little town in Central Oregon. Really, most of Central Oregon feels this way. It feels so small-minded, and not for me. And I feel like I could live in a place like this, but I'd have to live on my own. And the cost of living in Central Oregon is really silly compared to how rural it is. I would only live in a place like this for a cheaper cost of living and a slower life. But some things I do, like I post on social media every day, or I try to. And the whole time I've been here, I've been kind of like shrinking. Shrinking is the word. So I've been hiding parts of myself, you know. I really like to do like those dancing trends on TikTok, and I did like 2, but I did it when nobody was home. And because there would be judgment and things said. And I think more than that, they would never have the fucking courage to do it. And so that all that they can do is judge it. And it's not like cool to them like it is to me. Also, something else, I've always had a weird dynamic with my sister-in-law and my brother's girlfriend. Like it feels like she hugs me out of obligation, and I've tried to build connection with her, but I think she's really insecure. And I think she might not even realize that she's kind of distant from me because she's a little insecure, and it makes her feel worse when she's close to me because I'm so open and confident and happy in myself. And that's really triggering when you don't feel that way fully. So that's a hard dynamic, and there's a lot of scarcity talk, and also demonizing Republicans, which politically, I don't know. My mom has always been very, very liberal, and my brother too, but I don't know. For me, if I talk a little bit about politics, it's not like I support everything that's one side or the other. It's more so I believe in autonomy and taking ownership of your own life. I believe in faith. And faith systems to support people are great and important. And I also believe your faith and your own part you play in your own life is just as fucking important. You can have 1,000,002 systems to protect people who are struggling and in poverty, and there will still be millions of people struggling and in poverty because they're choosing to be struggling and in poverty subconsciously by choosing lack or having their nervous system lean into the comfort of complaining rather than choosing to change your brain so that it looks for the good, looks for the abundant, looks for the happy, looks for the way out, looks for rising, instead of looking for negativity and pessimism, why things don't always work out for you, and complaining and scarcity and not enough money and stuff. It's not how I operate at all. You have to do a lot of healing to get to the point where you can look at the world through abundance. And you have to, I've also been learning that you can't go from scarcity to abundance. You have to go from scarcity to stability to abundance. Stability is the in-between from abundance and scarcity. You need to be stable. And that's what I'm becoming now, financially independent and stable. And it is incredible. It's incredible. Especially because I have a family of people in my life who oftentimes could not provide for themselves by themselves and needed the support of another person, which is codependent in a way. And I come from a family of people where there can be a lot of negativity and pessimism and unhealed trauma that's projected onto your children. And there's a pattern of the children doing the work to heal so that they can be better parents. And yet there's still stubborn wounds that persist generation after generation. And I'm not here to fucking tolerate any of that. So I'm here to break them with myself, for myself, and live in a different way completely. And I want to be rich. I want to be wealthy, very wealthy. I was looking at homes in Scotland, and my mom just bought a home for $150,000, and the mortgage payments are $400. It looks insane. The house looks like crazy. You can't even live in it, but that's a very, very cheap price for a house. That's insane, you know? And so, it got me thinking, like, I could buy a house and do a fixer-upper sort of situation and survive until I can start investing in upgrades in the house and make a house not only heal the house spiritually and emotionally from any sort of craziness it's been through, but to turn it into a home. And the fact that that's also an asset and that's valuable. That's a valuable thing, to be able to create a beautiful, wonderful home on your own. And that asset is worth money. I know people sometimes are controversial about house flipping, but I don't know. That's kind of a complex topic, isn't it? Because some people are malicious and intentionally buy cheap houses in certain neighborhoods and flip the houses to sell to wealthy people, and everyone in the neighborhood does not have that kind of money, and there's weird things that can happen like that. So I'm not gonna get into that, but it got me thinking about buying a home in my 20s. I'm in my 20s and I'm already thinking about buying a home. And I was looking at homes in Scotland because I really want to live there. And I was looking at all these places, and I was sharing with my family about the different prices for the different places. Like Edinburgh is really expensive compared to the rest of Scotland. It's like $500,000 homes, which is normal in some places in the US. But other places in Scotland, like, I could afford these houses in like 3 years. I could afford these houses. And I was doing research as, can you buy if you don't live in the country? And all of these interesting and fascinating, expansive thoughts about what are the possibilities. Wow, look at what I could do. Look how far I could go. Look how much money I could make. Look how happy and expansive my life could be. And it's like it goes in one ear, out the other. It just goes right over my family's head. They don't even hear it or listen or care. And I have been back for about a week now. And I can't have conversations like this with them because they're not on that level. Oftentimes criticism, the response to criticism is a shutdown or a shame or I'm not good enough or I'm a failure, like those sort of mentality things, because you have to be really secure in yourself to take honest criticism and be able to digest it. And I can't do that. And I've practiced doing it for years in little ways with my family, and it's always the same. Defensiveness, shutdown, shame, guilt. And it turning into me regulating their bad feelings that arose from the criticism rather than actually working on what I brought up. That was the criticism, basically. But I'm gonna go back to New Mexico. And right now, my life for 2026 is about building that stability. I want to build that stability that everything is based on. I think everything in my life is going to change drastically because this year, for me, I want to say it was a 1 year. What that means is you have a year that's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and 9. And this year, 2025, excuse me, was a 1 year for me. You have to add up all the numbers and your birthday and the year and stuff. But the number 1 is about starting new things. And I feel like this was the first year in decades that I landed on something. I landed on something that is the right thing, what I should be doing. And there's a lot of themes to it, including YouTube, social media, owning my own business, running my own business, working full-time as a teacher or an educator, helping people in that way. Tarot, spirituality, witchcraft, druidism, and what else? Exercise, dance, music, creativity, all of that. So I feel like I've landed on the right thing. Now it's just a process of committing to the right thing. And I sometimes invite new things in, and I am never fucking afraid to quit something in 2 months if it does not work or it's not working. And for me, I joined an MLM this year, which is a multi-level marketing. It's sort of like considered pyramid schemes, and they're all set up in really sketchy ways for business. I prefer to just be a brand partner through a more legitimized source. Oh my god, I'm tired. Rather than, I'm not going to get into MLMs, but they're very toxic cultures that are based on pressure and sales and uplines and downlines. And basically, I saw it for what it was within a month or two. And as soon as I saw it for what it was, I quit and I left. And that's such a valuable lesson, because as I continue down this path, I'll run into more manipulative businesses, and I'll be better geared to deal with them. Coming back to my family a little bit, I've been playing games all day. I haven't been eating super well. I kind of just hide and prefer to do something predictable and easy. And the way I want to show up during Christmas is very different from the way almost everyone feels comfortable or confident in themselves showing up. But it's the way I want to show up. And that's like colorful and Yule related spiritual practices and, vacation and hiking and outdoors and tarot cards and rituals and dancing and singing. That's how I want to celebrate this winter solstice. And I don't do that. Because I need to find it for myself, by myself, with myself. And then I can try to share it. And oftentimes other people, if you haven't found it and landed on it, what you want, which in this case is vivacious celebration of the winter solstice and a magical, dancing, creative celebration. If you haven't found that in yourself for yourself, other people are not going to make you feel comfortable or safe to join in as you try to find that with them around. Many people are not, because they don't even know what it is you're looking for. You could find other people that want to do that, but most people want to be quiet and hide and non-expressive and simple. And if you want to be expressive and exuberant, you need to just maybe figure out what that looks like for you, with you. And so to me, that means that I might need to plan my own Christmas vacation away from my family. And it's been so stifling. Like, I don't mean any hatred to them, but it's so suffocating to be around them. It's hard because this is like the old me and the old way I show up, which is hiding and hidden and complaining and negative and talking about poverty and scarcity and I don't have enough money and I hate Republicans and I hate I'm a victim. And I am not that fucking person anymore. I'm not a victim. I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna lock in and focus on the reality of my situation financially and find my way to abundance. I'm going to post content every day. It's what I do. When I'm home, I don't care what other people think of me. I follow myself. I follow my guidance. I show up to work every day. So another thing is like, I'm really grateful that I get paid time off. So I'm getting paid this whole time because I got a job as a salaried worker. And at the same time, I kind of wish I was home. But anyway, maybe I'll have a boyfriend next year. I don't even know if this is... I don't think this is charging, dude. We're gonna put it in the other one. I know I make a lot of silly videos that are really long, that are not good quality at all like this, but it is what it is. Are you even charging? I don't know. I'm gonna assume you are, okay? And we're just gonna sit here. So, yeah, that's the tea. I want to fulfill my purpose and my dreams. And sometimes being around my family feels like it's shrinking that, or stifling. Stifling is the word, stifling that. And it felt that way for years, like maybe from 9 years old until just a couple years ago, like 27. I felt that way, like shrinking myself. Oh my God, it's cold. I'm gonna assume you're gonna charge over here, so I wanna just sit over here. But I don't wanna do that shit anymore. Shrink myself or stifle myself to make other fucking people comfortable. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? So what I want to do is start living my life to the fullest and not giving a fuck. And I feel like I do that. But every time I return home for the holidays, it's a reminder of why I chose this. despite how hard it is to persist at it. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to talk. I'm not going to talk about my New Year's resolutions as much, but I do plan on doing quite a few things. I'm just so excited to go home, be in my apartment, and look at my vision board. And I love doing every day the things that matter to me. I love making YouTube videos. I like going to fucking work at 7 a.m., making breakfast, going to work, being at work for 7 hours, getting off work, going to the gym, getting home, eating dinner, recording YouTube video, singing. At the gym, I do dancing and calisthenics and all that. I love that. And on the weekends, I have some cleaning clients. I don't know if I love the cleaning business, but I need it, or I want it, to do my, not cleaning, but to do my, I don't know what I'm trying to say. My cleaning business I do in order to, like, support myself a little bit, but I do have a full-time job still. I also really like social media. It's really fun for me. But I enjoy my life and the way it looks and the way I've cultivated it. I'm so grateful for it. I literally, every morning I write in my gratitude journal, thank you for my peace. Thank you for my warm bed. Thank you for my ability to live alone. Thank you for my peace. Thank you for my fucking peace. Because I have so much peace and safety. More than anything, it's safety. And the safety allows me to follow my dreams. And I never fucking had that safety until I created it for myself as an adult. I never had that safety. I never felt safe, and I never had that safety emotionally or physically. And it took a long time to create safety in both senses. Physical safety means paying your bills, feeding yourself, drinking water, taking care of yourself, and having the means to do so. Emotional safety means there's no judgment and poison and insecurity and negativity projected onto you that's shrinking your identity and spark. I don't have any of that at home. It's paradise. And I may live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I may want to live somewhere else, but I don't even know if I want to live somewhere else. I don't even know if I care. Home is wherever I make it. And I can make it anywhere. As long as I'm by my fucking self. Not with someone else. I might have to reevaluate, like, everything. It's weird. Sometimes people ask me what my family's like. And I don't know. It's weird to be the shiniest person in my family. And I know that's the truth. I'm the shiniest. In every way. And when I'm around them, they're uncomfortable sometimes with how bright I shine when I'm fully myself. And they ask me to dim it down. And it's hard to realize that if people don't love you and celebrate you, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that you're in the wrong room with the wrong group of people. And it's hard to realize that sometimes that group of people is your family, and they are holding you back. And they can feel shameful and guilty and bad and like they're not good enough, and they'll never be good enough. But shut the fuck up, okay? Because everyone has a choice. Everyone is entitled to their own healing and their own expansion and their own growth and their own nervous system. And we all have the possibility to shine brightly and live fully. And some people just choose not to. Through comfort, or complaining, or not healing, because it's easier. So, it's going to be okay for me. It's going to be really good. I don't know what I want to finish with. Let me just think for a minute. Yeah, I've been whispering the whole time because it's not safe to be heard saying these sorts of things. It's not safe to be heard. God damn. I'll be going back on the 2nd, I think, and I'll get about a week before school starts. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's interesting too, because all of my friends, like my close friends, of which I don't have a lot, they're all like echoes of people and energies I used to embody in my past. And growing is scary because you risk losing people sometimes. And I don't want to lose anyone, but at the same time, I have to commit to my growth more than anything. And the people that love me will be happy to see me grow, and may even be inspired to grow themselves. And the people that don't like it that I'm growing, it's none of my business. So, I don't know if I'll make videos like this forever. I assume at one point I'll switch it up. But this is what I need right now. My first year of YouTube, just like all these random videos, talking to the camera, saying, rambling on my life and stuff. Because, I don't know, I want it to be a blueprint of how the whole process I go through to heal and grow and expand. And this is part of that. These 34-minute videos. Is there anything else we need to say? I know once I get through this transition and can support myself and be independent and really thrive and be alive, I'm going to attract so many people. I've already started to attract so many people. And I'm not talking about romance, I'm talking about people. On TikTok in particular, I've made so many incredible friends online that I would hug in person, and it would feel never seen them in person, but I know it would feel that way. And I feel supported and cared about and believed in by fucking strangers. And I know when I first started TikTok, I was not very good at it, similar to YouTube. But over time, I got a lot better. And now I just show up as myself, and it works. And I'm excited to get to that place with YouTube. I know it will take some time, but I know I'm gonna get there, to the place where I'm just showing up as myself, and it's working, and it's loved, and it's great. And I don't know, like it's hard sometimes to be honest about how you feel, but I can't take responsibility for my honest experience and how it affects other people. That's not my job. As much as I don't want to hurt people's feelings by talking about my honest experience, which is what I've done a lot with these types of videos this year, I'm not fucking responsible for how you take my honest experience. And other people are allowed to have an honest experience as well. And I don't have to care about their honest experience, and they don't have to care about mine. All we're responsible for is our own emotions and our own lives. Everything else is fluff. But I know I want to start living for me and not hide. Anyway.